Hi, this is author-philosopher Ronald E. Springer for EthicsUnderground.com, returning with more of the reading of Moral Armor, Chapter 5, Part 18, the section on intimate relationships, sex. Erogenous zones are either everywhere or nowhere. Joseph Heller. It is said that men reach their sexual peak at 18. In my view, this is only true if their premises are wrong. Otherwise, it just keeps getting better. With deeper understanding, experiences are richer, fuller, and far more satisfying. Sexual interest grows with the growth of one's cognitive capacity, and such expansion is lifelong. Have you ever noticed that with certain people, you just can't seem to keep your mind on light topics? It always moves to more pressing things. You look at them, and you begin to dwell on more urgent needs. Your mind tends to wander towards other things that you could be doing, and the thoughts may become overwhelming. But if you could just put that aside for a while and let it stir, the desire becomes absolutely explosive. And when you finally get what you dreamt of, it is far more satisfying than anything you could have imagined. Somehow it's an experience that makes all of life worthwhile. Out of every 500 people you see, one is a millionaire, and even more rare is that once-in-a-lifetime love interest who could bring into your life all of the passion, fun, and adventure you've ever wanted, affecting you so strongly you can't help but respond. When you feel your heart beating in your chest and notice you're breathing heavily, it's a wonderful sign that it's right. Your body always seems to know first. A lustful reaction to someone can be much more than physical, depending on one's depth and their distance from one's dream. Lust can be based on seeing someone's wholesome use of sensuality. Tapping into the value behind the lust is the key. Our chemistry is strongest with those on similar wavelengths, and with the risk of honesty, such resonance can be deafening. There is a wealth of information in body language, the behavior of a girl with a crush, the glances reserved for lovers, the exhilaration of encountering someone worthy of fantasy, the motions and expressions she would make if you were touching her in all the most intimate places. As a woman arches and curves her back, a man flares and is dominant in a rocking, blinding, intolerable ecstasy nothing else on earth can match. These are natural, gender-specific responses to sexual exaltation, properly guiltless, pure and beautiful in their grace. A touch is a sanction of one's being, so self-made man isn't casual about it. He doesn't go around hugging everyone. It is too personal and too important to be misused. He reserves it for when he feels a sense of incredible connection. Thinking of emotion as a liquid, we have deep emotional pools within us. With those we truly care about, we can relax enough to let down our barriers and allow our emotional pools to blend, surrounding each other in a glowing warmth, expressing our capacity for truly devoted love and friendship. When he sees his mate, it's as if there's an aura between them, and the warmth of that connection glows as the rest of the world fades into oblivion. It sends a pleasant vibration all through them, which is a physical sensation driven by their comfort with each other. It is so much just to sit close to her and feel that wonderful sense of acceptance, which turns into a great warmth, and the desire to be even closer, which becomes a pulling, pressing need to have every part of him as close to every part of her as possible. He thinks of her naked body in his arms, her lips on his heart beating so hard he can almost hear it, the smell of her hair, the anticipation felt by every inch of his skin, longing to be caressed, and she responds. The desire to give themselves to each other is the act of saying yes in their souls. Yes, this is what I give myself to, totally. Take control of us, of me. This is worthy of my total release. This is exaltation. Why is sex so powerful? It is the most potent experience of when joy is inflicted, just as a symphony isolates and inflicts the sense of hearing. Whether fast and aggressive or slow and torturous, it's all good. Sex is the desire to impart to someone the glory of your passion for living, of how euphoric and speechless you feel about this gift of life. No matter what happens in life, nothing matters as much as the desire to positively affect by touch that which you sanction, and every reciprocation is a gift for your skin to react to. The most intimate causes your stomach to drop as your body moves to face it openly, willingly, in full submission and acceptance of the highest emotions life has to offer. These zones are nature's way of leading man and animal along the correct path. Our skin responds to a loving touch, just as a plant or a flower responds to the sun. Our spirit needs fuel as frequently as our bodies need it. Sex is an essential means to acquire that fuel, being a celebration of life, our reward. Sex is the greatest opportunity to reaffirm our highest view of ourselves and of our mate, to sanction and bolster all we respect and wish to see furthered, to let them know we believe in them, that we need them, and that we stand behind their deepest fulfillment in all things. There is a vibration about all living entities, and lovers share a wavelength at the most important level. The resonating power of our mate's body is one of our greatest healing tools. The effect a self-made man has on a woman is wild. It's as if being with him is a subconscious command for her body to bloom fully, and she does. Her reaction to him affects her metabolism, and her body begins to change. Her body knows this is it, and begins to prepare, filling out just the way she's always wanted, accentuating the hourglass that nature had in store for her. She gets flushed and carries a radiant glow wherever she goes. With him, she captures the essence of the woman she has always wanted to be. It is how he looks at the world and how he interacts with her that makes her feel mature, independent, in control of life, sensually in love with herself and the world, confident in a way that is permanent. It is no different for him when she is self-made in her own right. He learns what a woman truly needs, and she encourages his growth towards her image of man and her own ecstasy, bringing them both to a pinnacle of self-esteem and mutual satisfaction, a pinnacle that can and should become a glorious plateau. In my own life, I wanted to give that special girl the same thrill I get when I run my hands all over her beautiful shape, so I maintain a beautiful shape for her. I have seen that look in a woman's eyes, the wonder and the pleasure of the opportunity she feels she is being exposed to, and then I go on to be satisfying to every other sense she has. I want her heart racing when she thinks of me. I want her short of breath, of how my lips feel on hers, of how safe and overwhelmed she feels with my arms around her, particularly where the muscles touch her, the liquid tension, and the magic sensation of the pressure of my fingertips exploring every intimate part of her body, each one independent, alive, with an unpredictable, thrilling plan of its own, outside of her control. A touch is a sanction of one's being, and I wish to share that every time. Our openness brings us both to think and feel that a touch, anywhere, a shoulder, a hand, is an intimate connection, and that conjures a feeling of inner warmth that leads into a much deeper need to be satisfied. Enjoying such intimate sensitivity makes it very difficult to get through the day sometimes, if anyone happens to touch one of us at work. For the anticipation-driven, touching his lips to any part of her is a treasured span of time, lived only for that action. It is an act of worship. It is a sanction of what she is through his desire, and a sanction of what he is through hers. That is the kind of feeling to preserve for a lifetime. They want each other's happiness to just be, and love, and live with passion, and come together for that emotional release that only they can give each other. True lovers are very comfortable with each other. They pal around, joke, touch, easily inspire romantic moments, and are borderless. It is a perfectly comfortable, mutual form of prideful ownership. Knowing they have the future, they don't have to rush. Dedicated to values, each is committed to always be what they are, to maintain what attracted them in the first place. They want to thrill and to be thrilled, so there isn't a gut to overlook or any irrationality to tolerate, nothing to kill the passion, and there never will be. Well, that's all for now. Next up is relationship conduct. I split these videos up by subject of interest so you could find moral armor, and then perhaps go through the whole thing for free. Why? To help create a leader in every life. Sound civilization stair-steps up from sound coherence to sound individual to productive groups of mature individuals. Self-hatred drives fear-driven people in our world to wipe out the individual, so we need moral protection to save the future of mankind. Click subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you'd like to help wipe out moral confusion fast with nature's moral armor and make the world a better place. Hit the bell so you don't miss another video. If you'd like to go to the next level, you'll find Moral Armor's Patreon link in the show notes. Your support is most appreciated. Thanks for watching. See you next time.